So, very good afternoon, uh, 12:03, mid noon. This is Jashin Kapani, and I begin with introducing myself. We are in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. And over the years, I've been sharing that one extreme skill that comes really handy and useful and helps you transform anything in your life is learning. And when you have learning, what do you get? Knowledge. So the question is knowledge a superpower? Most people have grown up believing this. Even I believe this, that knowledge is power. It kind of puts you in a position of uh, true knowledge, true education, true facts, which help you deal with chaos or with delusion or with something which is useless or nonsensical in this world. And with knowledge, we can find a lot of solutions to complex issues, problems, and stuff like that. And knowledge truly is useful also, not just in your professions, but in the overall global scenario of functioning and stuff and all. But how much of knowledge is good? So there is a beautiful article in the paper, and this is the spiritual column called The Speaking Tree. And they are talking about this, that is knowledge really true power, and is it confusing people? So many thoughts, so many shares, so many videos, so many YouTube channels, so much of information now with AI coming in. I think I shared this in a forum that stop confusing people, especially youth and children and Gen Z, with so much of information, because people begin to question what they've grown up on, and trying to upgrade themselves, or just by simply googling and stuff, they try and find those solutions online and stuff. But I'm not talking about the technology and knowledge gained through learning online and stuff, but I'm talking about knowledge through reading and interaction and in general and stuff. So the author says that we have so much today, and there are videos, endless information, and life itself is a challenge for a lot of people. We get disturbed, and with knowledge is growing, we think we are becoming really powerful, and we know it all and stuff, and becomes a bondage in a way. You can't break through information and stuff and all. People find it difficult because right from childhood we are told that knowledge is power, and then as you're growing up and stuff, you realize that knowledge can also become your enemy, uh, because you've grown up conditioning yourself in a certain manner, in certain jobs, certain relationships, certain work scenarios and stuff, and you forget about spiritual knowledge. But I have a point to add, that when people are trying to show or tell us that they are spiritually inclined and stuff like that, some of them I find a big hoax or a big question, because they are really kind of misrepresenting, misbehaving, misleading, lying, cheating, committing fraud, being rude, and being really unhealthy online and stuff. And then they show us another side to themselves, which is through their shares of gods, goddesses, or their pictures, visiting shrines or temples and whatnot. And you want to believe that maybe a part of them is spiritual. But the question is, tell me, that do you think this is true spirituality, where you are participating in unhealthy and not so great, and adding more to the filth and the dirt and the cruelty and the ugliness, and then on the other side you go to a place of worship just to kind of undo all of that, or try to show the world that you are on a spiritual path and stuff like that. Okay, so the authors also touch this, that certain people get their knowledge from outside, but that's called Vidya Shakti, which means knowledge gained from intellect, or power gained from knowledge. And because they have accumulation of information, they're given roles at jobs and places of work and stuff, and as a result of that they start feeling powerful or super empowered and stuff like that. And that's not true knowledge. What is true knowledge? True knowledge is something which comes from clarity, and it removes confusion. And because life any which ways is uncertain, dynamic, unpredictable, in many scenarios competitive and stuff, true education really helps you, because then it becomes a case of living and growing intelligence, which helps you gain clarity and bring end to that confusion, or find solutions to complex issues and problems and challenges all across the world. Yeah. So they've touched on a term called Shiv Sutra. I'm not much into Shiv Bhakti and stuff like that, but what I understand is that awareness is what they are talking about, and awareness is a space where clarity arises. This is very similar to Buddhism, a school of thought that I follow, or prayers which I follow and stuff. And this is what they tell you, this is what they are trying to guide you on: awareness in the moment, spirituality through mindfulness and stuff. And to significantly quieten your mind, become observant and attentive, and then you are in a state where you know that your insights are not borrowed or not somebody else's, and they are your original. And as a result of which people say you're authentic or original or genuine and stuff, because you're not presenting or misrepresenting or repeating somebody else's belief or thought process is yours and stuff. So one is to take inspiration, and one is to kind of just use those inspirational words as yours, and try to make it look like it's your own work and stuff like that. And in such a case where you have so much of knowledge and you're learning and you're not executing it, or it's not translating into action, then it becomes a burden for you. Because I believe this: the world is a beautiful place, and it's really up to you how you see it. What's within is what's outside. And if you have this huge appetite for life, and general love for people on the world around you and stuff, your life is much bigger, and knowledge may have a small role to play in that. Because when it's about relationships and when it's about connection and stuff, it's not always knowledge, it's actually bonding, or it's actually genuine connection from heart to heart that drives that relationship and stuff. But the author also emphasizes and points out that in a world which is overloaded with knowledge, what we truly need is clarity. And do not collect only knowledge, but cultivate clarity. Because when clarity is with you, you acquire something which awakens your awareness, and that's what simplifies things for you and stuff and all that. You begin to live life in ease, you begin to appreciate life, and you start living life in spontaneous ways and stuff. So I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen the next 40 seconds later as I step out. So what I can do is just be in the present, just enjoy what's around me and stuff. Be it love of friends, be it love of subordinates, be it love of my bosses, be it love of animals, pets, my neighbors, or whatever. So knowledge se bada or knowledge se bigger is basically clarity. Because when you have clarity, then there is no confusion, and confused people confuse you even more. This was through my experience that I'm giving you this, that if you're with a clear person and you're a clear person yourself, you know what you believe in, you know what's right and wrong, and you trust in yourself, then you're able to kind of drive your relationships or your life in a certain manner and stuff. And it's all about mindset. You have the best of knowledge, you read the best of books, but you don't practice it. What's the point? But on the other hand, if you read less also, but you have so much of genuine you know personality and stuff, that outshines everything. So jkapani at gmail.com, justine.kapani.im at gmail.com, justine.kapani.office at gmail.com. uh, Please keep learning, please keep improving, but please do not get into a superiority complex basis knowledge or spirituality, because there may be people who are much more elated in knowledge and intelligence, and if they were to stand before you, you'll have to change a lot of your own thinking around it and stuff, so always aim for clarity. Be clear, write down your goals, think about your goals, think about your objectives, think about your purpose, think about what has to drive you, and um, forget competition in genuine relationships, and with your relatives or with your own loved ones and stuff. Knowledge is good when you have to, kind of be in the world where you have to perform and stuff, execute work, and achieve your professional roles, or what is that, they give you the job description in the offices, it's good. But when it comes to relationships offline and in the real world and stuff, they're all about connection, warmth, being there for each other, understanding, spending time, and all that. Okay, so jkapani at gmail.com, justinekapani.im at gmail.com, justinekapani.office at gmail.com. And if you really want to um, stand out or come across as a spiritual person, you do not have to, you know, post pictures and present quotes and write stuff which is so not you, they say, रात को कुछ और सुबह कुछ और, मतलब रात को हैवानियत और सुबह शराफत. What I mean is, in the night you're basically evil, and in the morning you're all good and good, so that's a huge contrast to temperaments and behaviors and images and masks that people wear. So try being original, try being genuine, and try to be a clear person and aim for clarity. And that comes through experience, and that also comes through prayer in a way. When you pray, then you get a lot of clarity and stuff, and then miracles happen, and whatever is meant to be with you will stay, and whatever is meant to go away will go away. Okay, so love and luck, and take care, have fun, have a blast. So in that case, all the declarations of love, all the declarations of possessiveness, talking and stuff don't come in handy, because people who pray are always saved by good Lord or God. Okay, so take care, love and luck, and have fun. And thanks for viewing me and watching me on YouTube, and I really appreciate your time and energy. So take